In all likelihood, Nebraska will start its fourth different quarterback in as many seasons when they open the year against UTEP. There's hardly any debate as to who the starter will be, but if the past is any indication, we can assume that Nebraska will need more than one man to get the job done in the 2024 campaign. After just one offseason, one scholarship quarterback remains from the previous year. Evidently, Nebraska's QB room struggled to protect the football and stay healthy last fall. Heading into this one, there are 3 new additions to the room, and the outlook is promising. Today, we preview the position and what each player brings to the table. Heinrich Haarberg. Regardless of injuries or who gets named the starter, it's hard to imagine a scenario where Heinrich doesn't play meaningful snaps. Standing at 6'5" and proving to be one of the fastest and most explosive athletes on the team, Haarberg can be utilized in creative ways and factor as a legitimate weapon for Nebraska's offense. His throwing mechanics and deep ball accuracy displayed in the spring game suggest he has benefited greatly from having a newly dedicated position coach in Glenn Thomas. He can now build off his experience as a starter in 2023, where he compiled a 5-3 record and continued to develop into a well-rounded quarterback. Daniel Kaelin. A homegrown Husker, Kaelin stayed true to his pledge to Nebraska despite a last-minute 5-star flip pulled off by the staff that would ultimately change the trajectory for his path to playing time in a significant way. Regardless, Danny is talented in his own right and has a path to seeing the field at Nebraska if all goes to plan. Considering the other 3 options Nebraska has at quarterback, Kaelin will more than likely redshirt the 2024 season and dedicate his first year on campus to his development on the football field and in the weight room. With a 6'3" frame and an accurate arm that led him to win the accuracy challenge at the 2023 Elite 11, Danny has the necessary tools to eventually vie for a starting job. Jalyn Gramstad. A late addition to Nebraska's 2024 QB room. Gramstad is a non-scholarship addition to the roster, but his impact on the team could prove to be immediate. Gramstad's a native of Leicester, Iowa, and a born and raised Husker fan. While earning Player of the Year honors at the NAIA level for Northwestern College, Gramstad demonstrated his skills as both a passer and runner, racking up 3,681 passing yards, 35 passing touchdowns to just 9 interceptions, and 772 rushing yards, and an additional 8 touchdowns on the ground. His collegiate experience, competitiveness, and leadership will fill a void in the room and provide Nebraska a solid third option on the depth chart that would allow Daniel Kaelin the opportunity to redshirt. Dylan RAIOLA. Not much needs to be said about this candidate in the QB race. The moment the news broke that he was considering flipping his commitment from Georgia to Nebraska, the entire nation safely assumed the Huskers found their starter for 2024 and beyond. All signs he's shown in his first 7 months on campus have suggested things are going exactly as planned for the former number 2 overall player in America. Dylan completely changes Nebraska's identity on offense. With true NFL arm talent in command, the playbook is wide open for Marcus Satterfield. The spring game is the only live football the country has been offered to see RAIOLA in a Husker uniform. But Dylan's limited action showcased many abilities. He looked poised, showed true command of the offense, made all the throws, and allowed his playmakers to shine. Should his offensive line keep him protected and his running backs alleviate some of the workload, RAIOLA is on track to have the best performance by a Husker QB in years.